Willkommen. My name is Sean Huggins. I'm an American living in Germany, and on this channel, I'm looking to learn all about life in Germany and Europe in general through watching silly videos and stuff on the internet with you guys. And let's just hop straight into it. So I found a video called Germany Explained. It's an 8-minute and 45-second video about Germany, and it says Germany Explained, so I'm pretty sure all I have to do is watch this single video about Germany and I will basically be explained everything about it. So let's start it up and see what Germany is all about. I can't think of a single reason how this could possibly backfire. Ooh.
Germany is mentioned so much in pop culture and politics that you might think is one of the countries you know the most about. But let's face it, 99% of that information is World War II beer and lederhosen. Unfortunately, since there's so much more to Deutschland, as the local populace calls it, hence here are the most important facts about Germany.
Yo, this guy's killing it!
And in the spirit of the people inhabiting the country, we're going to do the explanation efficiently. Germany is large, ranking 7th in Europe in terms of landmass at 386 kilometers squared. But even more so regarding the population, where it finds itself third on the continent with 83.2 million people, just edged by second place Turkey. Yet Germany is the most
Dang, I didn't know Turkey had so many people.
Populous European country, if you exclude the two continents spanning Turkey at 84 and Russia at 155 million people. There's a big drop-off after it on the old continent, with France and the UK having 67.8 and 67 million people respectively. Also, it's worth mentioning that our channel doesn't have anywhere near 67 million subscribers, so to help us with this very realistic goal, you should hit that subscribe button below.
Sure.
With this very realistic goal, you should hit that subscribe button below. On a world map, Germany is 63rd in size and 19th when looking at numbers of citizens. Located right in Central Europe, Germany has the second most borders of any country in Europe, after Russia, of course. Boasting 9 neighbors, sharing its longest border with the Czech Republic at 817 kilometers.
Dude, 9 neighbors. That is really cool. Perfect central location for traveling around Europe. So that's pretty awesome.
And Austria as a close second at 801 kilometers. Besides these two countries on the east and southeast, Germany also splits borders with Switzerland, France, Luxembourg, Belgium, the Netherlands, Denmark, and Poland.
I think the only places on this list that I haven't been so far are Luxembourg and Denmark, I believe. But I actually have a trip planned to Austria in a month or two, so check out my vlog channel linked in the description. I'll probably be making a video about that, exploring some of what Austria has to offer, specifically Vienna. At any rate, let's continue.
We actually covered quite a few of these neighbors in our videos already, and you find those links down at the description. At its south end, Germany starts at the foothill of the Alps and stretches to the North Sea at its northwest, and the Baltic Sea to the northeast. Part of the latter is even called the German Riviera, as it's the vacation region of the country, with a rare combination of old Gothic towns that also offers walks on sandy beaches.
Dude, those houses on the beach look really cool.
Although it might not look so on the map, but Germany has a coastline of 2,389 kilometers, which is actually more than Portugal, even though most of us associate this country with sunshine and blue horizons.
Of course.
Yet Germany had them beat up with the help of the indented coastline and quite a bit of small and not so small islands. Didn't we tell Germany has some
Whoa! Look at that thing. It's like a castle almost. That thing looks really cool. I like that.
Prices? Geographers still do like using Germany as a typical example of a common occurrences in typography, which is the study of the forms and features of land surfaces. As going from the coastline downwards, south that is, please forgive us elementary school geography teachers of our past, we know that south is south and not downwards. The territory depicts a common theme from across the earth. Beaches turn into green fields sporadically colored with lakes, rivers and swamps, which in turn after many kilometers on the autobahn turn into hills separated by the scenic valleys decorated.
Whoa! I live down in the south of Germany right now, and I'm very close to the German Alps. I went to the German Alps. I made a couple videos on my vlog channel about it, and I actually went to a lake kind of like this that's like in the middle of the Alps, and it might have been the best trip I ever had in my life. Like, not even kidding. I love the mountains so much. I love the German Alps so much. It was amazing. I wish I could have stayed for a lot longer. It was incredible.
With creeks and rivers. These hills start rising until they start creating lush green highlands before culminating with the status of mountains.
Wow, look at that.
On an organizational state level, Germany is a federal republic consisting of 16 states who hold a degree of sovereignty. Berlin, the capital and the largest city, and Hamburg, the second most populous city, are granted this status and are commonly known as city-states.
Okay.
Alongside the free Hanseatic city of Bremen, which sounds like something from Game of Thrones, as the least populous state basically consists of two enclaves due to its history. While the largest and most...
I don't know what any of that stuff means, to be honest. But, cool.
Well-known state is Bavaria, roughly the size of the Republic of Ireland at 70,552 kilometers square.
Wow, Bavaria's big!
Yet the agricultural economic powerhouse Bavaria in the southeast isn't the most populous federal state in Germany. That title goes to the North Rhine-Westphalia with 17,922,570 people, which in terms of proper European countries would have put her over the western neighbors, the Netherlands, most densely populated country in the European Union, as we mentioned in our most successful video yet on the Not Holland.
Wow, look at that. That's how many people live in that tiny German state. Well, I mean, it's obviously a huge German state, but man, that is impressive.
But the German state to the east is even smaller in size, making it very compactly populated, seeing how 4 of Germany's 10 most populated cities are located in this state. Cologne, Düsseldorf, Dortmund and Essen.
Yeah, I finally went to Cologne for the first time, and oh man, I loved Cologne. It was such a fun city to be in. I actually made a video about that too on my vlog channel. I've heard great things about these other cities as well though, but it's really interesting to me that so many big cities are so close to each other. Are they all on the Rhine River maybe? I don't know. There has to be a reason all these big cities are so close to each other, because usually big cities are a lot more spread out, I feel like, but these 4 cities are all really big and all really close to each other, and I don't know, that's really interesting to me.
It's not hard to see why. While there are 6 federal states with no city larger than 280k, Berlin, the 5th most populous city in Europe and the capital of Germany, is primarily known as the culture center of the country. And of the
culture center of the country. Whoa! I just did a video on Berlin watching all about like its history and what it entails and the architecture and the museums and all this different stuff, and it's a very cool looking city. I like how it has so many parks and lakes and stuff in it. It's not something that I was expecting, but it looks so spread out and so like in tune with nature, kind of like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like combining nature and the city life together in a really interesting way, I think. And I've never been there, but it looks really cool.
Continent when it comes to electronic music and modern arts.
Oh, get it, dude. Look at this guy go.
Having a continental climate with cold snowy winters and hot summers, Germany also experiences quite a bit of overcast during the year, especially the northern area due to the effect of the Atlantic Ocean. The more south and the more east you go, the populace gets more sunshine per year. Yet, even in the eastern located Berlin, there are 139 rainfall days. Still, that didn't stop German tourists from having 39 million international arrivals in 2019, similar to the whole of seemingly much more popular UK. Well, the festivals like the Oktoberfest in Munich and the notoriety for greatest beer and sausages in the world do the heavy lifting.
Dude, Oktoberfest gets a lot of hype for being like one of the biggest things that Germany is known for. So obviously I had to check it out. And dude, Oktoberfest is a lot of fun. I actually went last year. I didn't make a video on it because even though I recorded a lot of footage, I was having a little bit too much fun and let's just say it was hard to compile a cohesive story with the footage that I captured. So I didn't end up actually putting out a video on it, but I went and it was so much fun. It was so cool. Very expensive and huge and crazy, which isn't normally my thing. I kind of prefer the smaller little festivals, the more local festivals that are essentially the same sort of feel as Oktoberfest, but a lot smaller and a lot more like community feel type of thing. It's all the locals and everyone's just kind of hanging out and chilling. It's not like a billion people coming from all over the world to just get crazy and, you know, but it was fun to go to one time for sure. It was really fun to go to and see one time for sure, but the smaller local festivals I definitely prefer personally.
Yet Germany has a lot more to offer outside of its urban centers. Fairy tale-like castles.
Whoa, what's that castle?
Many big rivers like
Hold on. Run that back. Yo, I'm not sure if I've seen this castle yet. Dude, that one looks really cool. If anyone knows the name of this castle, let me know in the comments below, because that is... wow, that is breathtaking. Look at that thing. Wow, I love castles so much.
Like castles across the land, many big rivers like the Rhine,
Main,
the Danube, and Elbe used for cruises, and the Alps boosting the country's highest peaks with the Zugspitze, Rhine is supreme at 2,962 meters. After hiking or skiing in these areas, one could go for strong flavored German food, the Bratwurst, Sauerkraut, and many kinds of cheese. Germany now boasts a very distinct food offering, as some estimates suggest that 1 in every 10 German citizens comes originally from a foreign country, with Turks and Poles as the most represented ethnicities.
1 in 10 people come from a foreign country. That's really cool.
Somewhat surprisingly, compared to UK and France, Germany is still quite a religious country, with 66% Christian population, split almost equally between the Catholics and the Protestants, 6.9% Muslims and 26.3% unaffiliated. Yet, it might not be so strange, considering Germany is the birthplace of Protestantism, but also because it has been, for the longest time, the spiritual successor of the Roman Empire. But we need to back up quite a bit.
Okay. Uh-oh. Here comes some history, boys.
Germanic tribes originating from the southern end of Scandinavia populated the lands we've been examining around 500 BC, eventually becoming a threat to the Roman Empire, with the legions attempting and failing conquering the dark forests of the Great Germany. Yet part of Western and Southern Germany did get included in the vast Roman Empire, but the whole of Western Roman Empire fell to Germanic tribes by the end of the 6th century AD, following the great barbarian invasions and migrations, which resulted in Germanic tribes ending up pretty much everywhere in Europe. Too many tribes to be listed in this introductory video, yet they are the reason why there are so many different words for the same country. Unlike for Italy, England, or Russia.
I was wondering how so many different countries have such vastly different names for Deutschland. Interesting.
We all call similarly with the same root of the word. But the Scandinavians call Germany Tyskland, the English, well, Germany, and the French Allemagne. And most Eastern European nations as a variation of the word Nimsi, and the Dutch Deutschland.
Whoa! Dude, those are such vastly different names. That's crazy.
Franks, one of these groups of Germanic people, became the most powerful kingdom on the ashes of the Western Roman Empire. It's this domain that served as the basis for the Holy Roman Empire, a conglomeration of political entities, states, cities that lasted for nearly 1,000 years with varying borders, but usually holding most parts of what is today Germany.
Dude, I need to find a documentary on the conquering of the German tribes and the German tribes going to war and battling each other and battling the Roman Empire and all that stuff. I need to find videos on that, because that's the time of history that's my favorite to learn about. The ancient civilizations and how they fought with each other and where they came from and how they built their empires and how the empires collapsed and all that kind of stuff. I love that stuff. I need to find more videos about that.
The loosely tied organization ended with Napoleonic Wars, yet those left the nationalistic fervor across the states, leading eventually to the founding of the German Empire in 1871, having the country be so young and so old at the same time. The 20th century is what most people know Germany for, and losing 2 world wars in which it was the aggressor. After the Second World War, the victorious Allies divided Germany into eastern and western parts, which were then again reunited in 1990 after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Despite massive losses in the 20th century, Germany remains an industrial powerhouse of the world and a synonym for perfectly engineered, well, anything, but especially cars. One of the strongest economies of the world, Germany uses euro as its currency since 2002, and before the national money was called the Deutschmark. Its distinctive flag of black, red and gold, technically older than the country itself, and the anthem is
What? The flag is older than the country itself. Interesting.
Called Deutschlandlied, the song of the Germans. In many ways, Germany is the country of extremes, from the plains to the Alps, from the free-flowing anti-German stereotype that is Berlin to the industrial lands in the West. Hopefully we convinced you that there is so much more to Germany than what is usually mentioned, and we didn't even get to mention Beethoven, Bach, Einstein, Martin Luther, Nietzsche, Karl Marx,
Wow, that was incredible. I think that I know every single thing about Germany now. But actually though, that was a pretty good video. Very interesting and had a lot of different topics, and I liked it. I do realize now that I have to look into more ancient civilization videos because that's the stuff that I'm really interested in from a history standpoint. If any of you guys know any good channels or any good videos about ancient civilizations, obviously centered around Germany or what would later become Germany, let me know down in the comments below. I want to check some of that stuff out. But at any rate, that's all the time that I have for today. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing. We got new videos every single day. Check the links in the description for all of my other social media, including my vlog channel. Thank you guys so much for being here, and as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.